Hello everyone, welcome back to ThoseYGOguys. I'm your host, Alessandro, and it's been quite some time since I've last made a video, and I do apologize for my long absence. Well, first of all, it was my last semester in college before I completed my graduation, so yeah, that was a lot of fun, and of course I want to ensure that I keep up with the good grades and finish strong ever since I started on day one in college and to graduation, which I did. So, yay for me and all that. So, school comes first, then all the other hobbies that I like to do will follow up. So, that's kind of like how it's been. Second of all, the game, I don't know what has happened. I feel pretty burned out from playing the game, especially playing competitively. The new meta decks, there are a few I really do like and I find them interesting, but I just don't have the motivation to just carry it through, and that is unfortunate. That and since some of those cards have a pretty hefty price tag, it is pretty difficult to buy, and on top of that, if I pull any of them, most likely I'll sell them immediately so I can get some store credit, which that's how it happens. Because honestly, I don't have the motivation to really finish building those decks, so that's kind of like the issue. And on top of that, when my friends are kind of like taking a break from Yu-Gi-Oh and just start playing Magic the Gathering a lot more throughout the fall semester, and I only play card games with my friends, and unfortunately, if they're playing Magic the Gathering, what can you do? You might as well have to join in the crowd, which relax a bit. It's not a bad experience. It's actually a good experience. It's a nice breather and a new experience for me to get back into. I have played Magic the Gathering in the past. I'm a little bit rusty, but it is nice to get back into the action, and it is nice to really take a break from playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh for now. So that's kind of like what has happened. But relax, I think 7-0 is in the mood to play against me throughout the winter break now, so I will try to make some videos, some dual videos actually, and see what we can do about that. Okay, so I think that's completes agenda number 1 that I need to do for this video. So moving on to the second agenda, which is, let's talk about the TCG January 2015 ban list. And if you guys have been under a rock for whatever the reason, I'll just briefly go over what were on the list. What were the cards on the list. Ban, Super Polymerization, Limited, Artifact Moral Attack, Dark Strike Fighter, and Snatch Steel. Semi-Limited, Honest, Dark Hole, and Goyo Guardian. And finally, Unlimited section, Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, Murmel Abyss Gundy, Reborn Tengu, Reasoning, and the Transmigration Prophecy. What were my thoughts on the ban list? Honestly, I'm not that surprised they didn't do a whole lot of hits on the meta decks, and plus the list is usually short, and a lot of people were hoping for a big list, which I guess that's kind of forget for now, unless Konami just say, yeah, screw it, let's make a big list. But as of right now, and throughout past experience of the TCG ban list, they've always been pretty short. So, which is fine. There's really nothing too big that needs to be hit hard. I know a lot of people want Burning Abyss and Cleforts, or Cleforts, whatever you call that archetype, and Shaddolls to get hit, but you know, it is what it is. Shadows, I guess, indirectly was, well, kind of directly, super polymerization. And towards the artifact variant for Shadows was the artifact moral tag. I mean, those were like the two hits. Yeah. Moral tech, that was kind of strange since it seems a little bit late in a way because it was. I would understand more if it was hit to 1 on the October ban list since there were kind of a bit more decks to that play Moral Tech, but what can I say? Let's see what else. I like Gale the Whirlwind to 3. So that means Black Wings are indeed a full force. So it's going to be interesting how that deck is going to perform. So I would like to see how that turns out. On top of that, Mermail Abyss Gun is back at 3, which is probably my most favorite part throughout that entire list. Because if you follow this channel and have known me well enough, I play Mermails and I love the deck to death. It's one of my favorite archetypes, and seeing guns back at 3s just makes me happy. It's a nostalgia feeling. I'm very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how that deck is going to turn out with the 3 gun and with the new support like Soul Charge and so forth. So it's going to be interesting how that's going to turn out. I guess that's about it. The only thing that's pretty big right now is the fact that Snatch Steal is back at 1. I know a lot of people are making arguments saying that, you know, one side Snatch Steal is amazing, the other side Snatch Steal is a terrible card. To be honest, I'll stand in the middle. Yes, equipped spells are known to be bad because there are multiple ways where you can just really mess up with equipped spell cards, such as Book of Moon. I mean, if you flip the monster face down, the equipped spell goes bye-bye. Or Mystical Space Typhoon and other stuff like that. And plus, when you're playing against Burning Abyss, there's just so many ways they can deal with it, like Grageki Break, Karma Cut, let's see what else. Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss, and so forth. But at the same time, even when people say 3-minute MSTs are like answered towards Snatch Steal, as according to the recent video that Mega Capital G has made, 3 MST is not a valid argument saying that Snatch Steal is a terrible card. Because, one, if that was the case, we would not be having this much issue dealing with Vanity's Emptiness, Skill Drain, Clive for Tool, and all that lovely back row that Burning Abyss had been setting up. If that was the case, we would not be having such issues on those cards I mentioned. But we are. And I feel like, you know, 3 MST is just not enough to deal with those cards. So, overall, I think Snatch Steal is a very powerful card and can really steal games. Personally, I think Shadows can make great use of that card, probably the most. But who knows? Maybe other decks could utilize it as well as effectively or so forth. But it's going to be interesting how that card is going to make an impact upon the game itself. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think that's about it all I have to say about the TCG ban list. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about the list. If you have any discussion ideas you want me to talk about, I mean, post down in the comments down below. I'll definitely take a look into them and see what I can do. So, without further ado, take care everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.